Hello everyone, thank you so much for clicking on this video. If you're new, hi, my name is Spencer. I am an application support analyst as well as an artist. And guys, I wanted to make this video for anyone who is looking to sell their artwork online. Now, the advice I'm about to share actually has nothing to do with the typical statistics, SEO, and any other method of social media marketing that may come off as overwhelming. I've watched so many videos in the past few years on how to sell my artwork online, and I'm going to be honest, they were, of course, very informative. And when it comes to growing an audience, yes, it did help a lot. A lot of the tips and advice or things I do recommend, such as if you have an Instagram, I highly recommend investing your time in creating Instagram Reels. That will definitely help you reach new people on that platform and help you grow an audience. And on TikTok, I recommend using the hashtags and utilizing the popular sounds. And on Facebook Reels, definitely use the hashtags for sure. But apart from that, apart from that, when it comes to actually selling your artwork, the rules are a little bit different. Because something I've learned is, even though, yes, doing those things like creating reels, using hashtags, yes, that will allow you to reach new people and grow your audience, but having 100,000 subscribers or having 2,000 followers on Instagram, I've learned it doesn't mean that you're going to make as much as a profit as someone who only has 600 followers on Instagram. That's something that I've definitely learned this year, ever since I started painting with oils and ever since I started really taking my social media and art business seriously. And I guess just to reiterate, articulate my words a little bit better here. When I thought about how cool it was that, I finally reached a milestone. I finally reached a little bit over 2,000 followers on Instagram after over a year of being stagnant at around 1,100 followers. When I thought about it, I realized I didn't sell a single thing. And yet, a lot of amazing artists who I follow on Instagram who are wonderful and delightful, they have less followers than me, and yet they are selling their artwork online. They are making commissions, they're selling original pieces, and that got me wondering, what was that thing that I was missing? What is that piece of the puzzle that I was missing? And as I switched from drawing from charcoal, and by the way, if you're new here, I used to be all about that charcoal portrait life. I still do draw with charcoal every now and then, but I actually converted to the oil paints a few months ago. And guys, let me tell you, oh my goodness, it definitely changed my life for the better. I feel like I can actually express my thoughts a little bit more with oils. I feel like I'm able to share what I want to share through my artwork with oils a little bit more than with charcoal. And again, if you're new here, so one of the things that I want to achieve with my artwork, specifically with my oil paints, is I want to be able to encourage people. I want to be able to remind them that you aren't alone, that we have a God who loves us and a God who encourages us. And although this life is hard, although horrible things happen every day, that does not mean you're alone. That does not mean that you are unloved. And I want my artwork to serve as a reminder that you are loved, that you are important, that you are encouraged. And I want my artwork to encourage people. And that's basically what I want to perceive through my artwork in a nutshell. But anywho, back to the reason why I'm filming this video, how to sell your artwork online. There was a time where I wasn't selling my artwork, and I remember I started to paint with oils a few months ago because I wanted to share that message that I just spoke about, and I didn't want to just stick with regular portraiture. And when I started making reels, now that's when I noticed a change. When I started making reels with my oil paints, but it wasn't just the reels. It was kind of tied into this tip. The number one tip that I have for you guys, what I'm making this video all about. How to sell your artwork online? You got to connect with people. You have to find a way. You have to figure out why you're making art to begin with. And once you find your why, once you figure out why you are creating artwork, and once you're able to express that and articulate that in your Instagram reels, in your Instagram posts, in your Facebook posts, wherever it is you're showcasing your art, then you'll be able to connect with people. Like, that is something that I found to be the number one thing. That's what I found to really help me in my journey. Sharing my purpose, my why am I creating artwork? Sharing that with others. Being able to connect with them in that way, being able to touch their hearts, being able to soothe them with my artwork, being able to make them feel something just through my reels alone. And you might be wondering, how can I make people feel something? How can I connect with people with just a video or a post? And it's just, well, after you figure out your why, find a way to make it known to people. I know that's such like a vague answer. I'm so sorry. But for example, I'm actually going to put a few examples of what I mean here up on the screen. So a lot of my art pieces are inspired by Bible verses from the word that I find to be very encouraging, verses that I have meditated on in times of turmoil and heartbreak, in times of betrayal, in times when I truly thought there was no hope left in my own life. These are the verses I clung to. And so I let those verses inspire my artwork. And when I created videos showcasing these pieces, I shared that verse. I shared the meaning behind it, the meaning behind the painting, which was, of course, that verse. And the amount of people who connected with that was just astonishing. In fact, I had two separate people reach out to me last week on the same day, inquiring about a few of my original art pieces. They wanted to purchase my original pieces. And I also remember when I first started truly taking oil seriously, and this was a month or two ago, once I started sharing that why, once I started sharing the process too, like share the process behind your artwork, make people feel connected to you, make people feel like, wow, I'm a part of this artist's journey in creating this art piece. The first oil painting that I sold this year, I think it was 1 or 2 months ago, it's called As She Was, and I documented a crap ton of reels and TikTok videos about how that original piece, and it, first of all, it looked like trash in the beginning, but I painted over the failed portraits and painted a new one, which is this. And when I shared that whole journey and then uploaded the final piece, like, I look back and I reflect on how many people tagged along for the ride. They followed me, they messaged me, they commented on the photos, and eventually I ended up selling it to one of them. In that same month, I shared this reel and Facebook post on my original piece titled "With You in the Waters," and I'll share the TikTok I made with it. And I sold that piece too. That was the largest piece I've ever sold, and I sold them both online. The lady who purchased it, she said that she purchased it because she saw the video, and the video is what resonated with her. And so did the painting as well, of course. But, oh, guys, let me tell you, it's just, when you're able to connect with people in that way, it really is so fulfilling. And that is something that I just wanted to share with you guys. So if you were so focused on the numbers, so focused on the, oh, I need to do research on SEO. I mean, that's great and all. That's great for building an audience. But if you want to sell your artwork, then honestly, that's my biggest piece of advice. You got to connect with people. I guess like more practical steps here. If you're looking for even more advice, I'd recommend joining Facebook groups and putting your artwork up for sale on Facebook Marketplace. I recommend sharing updates of your photos, of your paintings on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok. If you already have a following, even if it's of just people you know, family members, friends on Facebook, friends on Instagram, share it with them. You'd be surprised. Like some of my first, actually, the woman who purchased my painting titled "With You in the Waters," the one who was motivated by it, I knew her. She's my friend on Facebook, and if I hadn't have posted that on Facebook, I would not have sold it. I'm gonna tell you that. Well, I probably would have, but I don't think I would have sold it that fast. But yeah, guys, just I recommend the number one thing is to connect. Well, okay, hold on. Let me just break this down. Hold up. As you could tell, this video was not scripted. But okay, so the first things first is to find out your why you are creating artwork. The second is to use that why to connect with people. Don't just I don't recommend just posting a time-lapse video with nothing in the background, no explanation of why you created the piece, no talking to the commenters. If you are posting videos and you're not connecting with your audience, then it's less likely for you to sell a piece as opposed to if you were to truly connect with them. Even if you just comment on their comment that they left in the video, start a conversation with them. Build a relationship with your audience. Build a relationship with people, because at the end of the day, that's what life is about. It's about building relationships. Anywho, that's just my 2 cents on the matter. I hope this video really does help someone out there. Again, I'm so sorry that it's not like filled with practical advice. This video is not scripted. I really just wanted to, I guess, talk. But yeah, so here is a painting that I was working on. Actually, this is my first time painting a dog. Painting a dog, and I'm so surprised and very grateful with how it's coming out. And it is an original piece. I found the picture for it on Pinterest. I did change a few things in this piece just because I don't want it to be like exactly the same. But I really like how it's coming out. If you're interested in purchasing this piece, just know it is not done yet. But if you are interested in keeping up with the progress, definitely check out my Instagram or my TikTok, and I'll let you guys know when this piece is up for grabs. Anywho, y'all, I hope y'all have a blessed day. Praise and glory be the name of the Lord. I hope y'all stay blessed. May the Lord continue to watch over you. Y'all have a good night or a good morning. I'm filming this at night, so I'm gonna go to bed. All right, y'all, have a good one.